Hey guys, I'm back, and in this video what I want to discuss is Nintendo was a company and the Nintendo NX. What it represents for Nintendo is a complete and utter business reorganization, business strategy restructure for the company. The Nintendo NX definitely represents this. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because of all the rumors going around. You got rumors that are saying that the Nintendo NX is less powerful than the PlayStation 4. You got rumors going around that the NX is more powerful than PlayStation 4. Power, right? And being competitive. These are the rumors going around. Now, the reason why these rumors are being discredited as false, the ones that are saying the NX is more powerful than PlayStation 4, is because of the perception of Nintendo as a company, as a business. Nintendo as a business for the last 10 years has followed a certain way of doing business. Actually, since 2004 with the Nintendo DS. They have really followed this mindset of creating hardware that is not cutting edge in terms of power, but adding sophistication and innovation in the actual hardware itself, in the controls or the screens or whatever way they're doing it. So the reason why the Nintendo NX is a complete departure from this mindset is because the company has completely changed just in the last year or so. So you have the president of Nintendo passing away. You have complete restructure of the organization from top to bottom. You have people in positions leaving and being let go. The VP of marketing and sales, Scott Moffitt, was just eliminated today, his position. The company is changing completely from the inside out. And I'm going to share with you my own experience of why this makes perfect sense, of why the NX should and could and will be a competitive console in the gaming market for gamers, okay? So for me, years ago, I used to work for a company that was doing very well, and they kind of got off the way of doing things correctly, really, and they got off of the competition, and they eventually went bankrupt, right? Now, me as an employee had no control over this, so I had to go with the flow and eventually find another job. However, the job I found was actually another multi-billion-dollar organization that I work for currently that actually took those employees from the previous organization and started up that business that they had left behind. So a lot of the same employees, you see, a lot of the same employees were starting this new business. So what does that have to do with this? Well, what they had to do was rethink completely everything that they were doing before in the old business and apply a different mindset to what they were doing in the new business. It was the same business, same job. However, the name was different, the company changed, and the goals changed because they wanted to do it the right way and be competitive and stay on top. So what happened was, during the first couple years of the new business, the employees still kind of had it in their mind that the ways of the old business. So they had to do a lot of sessions, re-education and things like that to reorganize the way that they were going to attack the business, to make it so they didn't repeat the same mistakes again in the past. So what happened was, they were doing things, and they had to remind themselves as time went on that the old way, that was the old way. We got to forget about that old way. We got to focus on the new way of doing things, because that old way didn't work, remember? So once that was established, the old way of things died off, and the new way of doing things came in that business. And now the business is doing well. And in fact, people forget about the old way of doing things because now they're doing things the way they should be doing. So fast forward now, of course, to Nintendo and what they're doing with the NX. Nintendo did some things correct with the Wii, right? And they did some things incorrect. And with the Wii U, they completely did things wrong altogether. So with a new business strategy, I don't know how people can think that they are going to repeat that same Wii U strategy and mistake with completely different management of the company. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company with complete reorganization, a complete different CEO of the company. Do you really think that Nintendo is going to go the same exact way that they are with the NX as they did with the Wii U? It's not going to happen. It's going to be a complete 180 from what they were doing with the Wii U. It's just written all over everything that you can see that they're doing. So that is why I believe that the NX will be competitive on a power level, having game support, having controls that don't alienate everybody, and having a long life on the market. It's because Nintendo wants to be competitive. There is no other market for them but video games. Who plays video games? Well, the people who are playing PlayStation 4 and Xbox One right now. That's where all the gamers went, right? Nintendo wants, a portion of those gamers back to remain competitive. How will they do that? Listen to what I said just a few minutes ago. They need to forget about the old way, learn the new way. And guess what? If the old way is still in their minds, they either need to change their mindset or move on to a different company. And I think that's what you're seeing right now, right before your eyes with Nintendo. Nintendo's transforming. And they're doing the vast majority of it behind the scenes, of course. However, look at all the restructuring they're doing. Look at all the management changes they're doing. Look at all the employees that have left the company since last year. A lot has changed in Nintendo. So when I hear information from developers saying, or rumors from developers that people have heard saying that the NX could be close to a PlayStation 4 Neo in terms of power, I'm more inclined to believe it because of that fact. The fact that they have to change with the landscape of where gaming is now, because the casual market is not on consoles right now. The casual market is on smartphones and other devices. And part of the casual market, granted, still is on consoles, and they're buying PlayStation 4s because why? All the games are there too. So you have a lot of things going on here that Nintendo needs to address, and that's why I believe they're doing it. Now, just because they say they want to go after the family market and kid market, that doesn't mean that they're going after low spec console manufacturing. That means they're going after everybody in the market. It means that they're trying to be competitive and get those gamers back to play their systems, because the kids and the adults even and the parents, they're all going to other places to play their stuff because Nintendo consoles don't have very many games anymore. It's a matter of not having the content that people want to play. Nintendo exclusives are great, but it's not enough to satisfy everybody in this market because there's just not enough releases for everybody to enjoy. So for Nintendo to get back in this race and get back in the market for gaming, they have to release a competitive console. And if any of you out there think that they can't do that, you're completely 100% wrong. We're talking about a company that has billions and billions of dollars, and they have the technology available to them to create a console that is extremely competitive. I'm talking, the latest graphics technology at a very good price. Thank you, AMD, by the way, for making your graphics cards so affordable. Thanks to that, Nintendo has a great opportunity in front of them. Granted, they're not going to be a guaranteed runaway success. Of course, they have a lot of work to do. But that's why they have to be competitive. So whatever comments you hear made about somebody from Nintendo saying that they're after the families and they're after the children and all this stuff, of course they are. They have to be. They have to be after everybody. Mario appeals to everybody, just like Call of Duty appeals to everybody. You got people under 10 years old, under 8 years old. You can hear them on, voice chat playing Call of Duty, talking trash to people. it's going on out there. It's a family game, whether you like it or not. It has guns, but guess what? That game is so tailored made for children with aim assist, and the game is almost like a on-rail shooter. You know, the game is pushing you along, leveling you up, and you know, that's just one example of it. But that's where the gaming is right now. So to say that the casual gamer is only on smartphones is not true, and to say that they're all adults that like games, that like car games, you know, that's not true either. Little children are the ones that don't want to be considered kiddie. Because I like games that are tailor-made for little children because they're fun. Little children, quote-unquote, fun games, right? Colorful games. I like those kind of games. Nothing wrong with that. However, usually it's those little kids that want to be big boys, that want to play Grand Theft Auto. They want to play Call of Duty. They want to play Halo. They want to play Gears of War. They want to play all these violent video games because they want to be big boys. That's basically what's going on here. Nintendo wants that audience. Yeah, sure, they want everybody to play their consoles. That's my point. And to do that, what do they have to do? They need to have a competitive console. So it's going to have the latest graphics technology. It's going to have architecture that's easy to port to for third parties, so they don't spend a lot of money on making the games. And it's going to be affordable, and it's going to have Nintendo innovation to actually forward the gaming, you know, population, to forward the way we play games in a way that makes sense for core gamers and for everyone else as well. That's my reasoning why I'm more inclined to believe rumors that are in the more positive range, because why? I know how businesses work and how big organizations change, and I know that this is what Nintendo's doing because I can see it. I don't have to do a lot of research on technology and what SoC graphic card wins that AMD did and versus Nvidia, which are none for Nvidia. But I don't have to do that research to figure out what Nintendo's doing as a business. To be competitive as a business, that's what they have to do. And that's what they're doing. You can see it. It's extremely obvious. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you agree with me? If you disagree, fine. But it's more than me just being a fanboy, because I can see the actual business organization of how they're changing. So keep that in mind when you have your critical comments. Not that I discourage them. Come at me. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Take care.